Hey guys, Droid here, and today I will be quickly showing you the build I am currently cooking up for Xaku and how it is going. I got inspired by KnightmareFrame's run and gun build for them. So if you see any similarities, which there are a lot of, it's most likely because I got the whole idea from Nightmare, who you should totally check out by the way. His content is really awesome and informative. Also, please remember that I got back into the game after a long time of not playing only recently, and don't fully understand how modding and weapon mechanics work yet, and I may say things that are so stupid getting triggered will be just the beginning. So please, bear with me. Alright. Let's get into it. So the build is heavily reliant on the mod Growing Power, and revolves around status effects and Xaku's second ability, Grasp of Lock. Growing Power is an aura mod with a Vazir in polarity, which allows inflicting status damage with weapons to strengthen your Warframe's abilities. This is a great way of making Xaku's already amazing second and fourth ability even more powerful and badass. Since this upgrade requires a lot of status-based attacks to be as good as it can get, conceivably, I paired Xaku with weapons that are susceptible to taking down high-level enemies, and emitting a ton of damage via status mods and effects. This is why I picked my Slapdrap kit gun for a secondary, which is upgrades you can see here, a Vacuum for a primary weapon with huge multi-shot buffs for as much status ticks as possible, and a Grand Prime, modded with advantages more towards the critical side rather than status for a melee, and for hammering enemies weakened from Sand's second ability into the ground. This synergy between the various weapons in this loadout is in my opinion what makes it so satisfying. So anyways, onto the star themselves, Red Skull. As you can see, the build highlights one of the many things I love about Warframe, the tactical side of modding. As you can see, this configuration includes a lot of balancing and sacrifices between mods pros and cons. The general gist of this build is mainly sacrificing health and efficiency for ability strength, and trust me, it is absolutely worth it. By the time any enemy gets even slightly close to Skelly, they're most likely already dead, and if they aren't, and manage to damage Skull person, they can just dodge away and get rid of all damage and status effects while being invulnerable for a short period of time, and start dominating again with a slightly smaller amount of shields and health, all thanks to Rolling Guard, which is a mod that can enable Warframes to be invincible for a short period of time when dodging, while also getting rid of all status effects, which is a huge help for Xaku's low health and shield. Now, you might be thinking, yeah, cool, but what about stagger effects and getting knocked down? A Warframe can't dodge when they can't move, right? Which is an absolutely fair concern, but don't you worry friends, Sure-Footed has got you covered. Unfortunately I don't have the primed version yet, nor the platinum to buy it, so I'll just have to pray for Burrow to forget that time when I robbed him of his entire inventory, and for him to sell it in his next batch of void goodies. So anyways, the default mod grants a 60% knockdown resistance, and the primed version, a 100. So there you go. Now, another problem you might immediately think of, is the overextended mods con, minus ability efficiency, which would make Xaku the most inefficient energy powerhouse. Well, since our favorite goo ball, the helmet just got released into our orbiters, we can transfer Gara's first ability, Spectro Rage, onto Xaku and switch it with their first ability, which is close to useless and is incredibly mediocre, with the Augment mod, Spectrocipher equipped, which we can enable Xaku to support themselves with tons of energy with, while also tripling the energy capacity with Umbral Intensify. Right now, this is how the build looks, and I still have a lot to do and grind for. But the results I'm seeing as I go on with chiseling down the edges of the build are absolutely incredible, so I know it'll definitely be worth it. Here's a short clip of me fighting a bunch of level 100 corrupted heavy gunners in the simulacrum. I'll keep posting short videos of progressing with the build, but until then, I'll see you later, Tenno.
the dark from coming, feel the weight of what we owe. It's the song of sons and daughters, hide the heart of who we are, making peace to build a future.